It feels so weird to get behind a camera again after I haven't filmed or uploaded a video in, I don't know, like 2 to 3 months. But I think I think I'm gonna get back into making these videos, and you know, the last 2 or 3 months I went through a lot. Right, the reason I stopped posting initially, I just got sick and I felt like shit. But I think there was a lot of other things that followed that up, and I think being sick was kind of the catalyst for all of it. And a lot of it was mental because I got sick. I was sick for 1 or 2 weeks, right? But after that, I was going through a lot mentally, and I learned a lot about myself. As unfortunate as it was, as much as I hate myself for not being committed to some of the habits and things that I've preached on this channel and just wanted to do, you know, I needed that time, that pitfall to kind of learn through my mistakes and figure out how to stay grounded. I hope that whatever I talk about in this video, I still don't know what this video is going to be, to be honest, but I don't want to lie to y'all, and I don't want to sugarcoat anything and pretend like I'm this perfect person who doesn't mess up sometimes, but I mess up, right? I got sick, and of course, when you're sick, I can't go to the gym, right? Especially in times of COVID and things like that. I can't go to the gym. I can't do the things I normally would do. I can't go out with my friends. I was feeling so shit. Like, I literally was just staying home and playing video games. And the thing about that is, like, normally I'm a person that doesn't do that. I don't really play video games a lot. I like to be out in nature. I like to go out and do things. I like to, typical self-improvement stuff. But it's really, I didn't even really realize how easy it is to fall into the trap until after I got sick. And it's hard, man. It's hard because, like, once you start doing something for even 1 to 2 weeks on a regular basis, it's hard to snap back out of it. It's really hard once you start building a habit up to just completely get rid of it. And I know I always talk about here, like, oh yeah, just limit your video games, you're, doing drugs, beating off, doing all these bad habits that nobody likes to talk about. And I can't lie. After I got sick, I kind of fell into that trap. And I also mentally was in a bad place because I'm like, okay, like, I don't know if this is because I was sick or because of the other things that happened. I was, like, unsure of what I wanted to do in my life. I was unsure, like, what direction my life was moving in. I was enjoying doing YouTube, but I got sick, went through it. And then once I was healthy again, I was like, I don't feel that same drive to do the videos, do the YouTube channel, or the same stuff that I was doing before then. I really don't know what happened. It's really crazy how 1 to 2 weeks of falling off can really completely change where you're at mentally. At least it did for me. But the thing that I want to emphasize on this channel, and kind of the reason I'm probably still going to upload this even though it doesn't really have a point, and I don't have like a ton of subscribers or anything, so I'm sure a lot of you guys can relate to me. I'm just like you sitting here watching this video, right? I'm just one out of a billion people on this planet trying to figure out how I'm going to make it, how I'm going to make money, what I want to do, how I'm going to change the world. And sometimes we just go through bad patches where we really, are in a dark place in our life. And I don't need no sympathy or nothing. Nothing tragic happened. Like, nobody died. But I went through a bad spot with my health, my mental health, my physical health, financial health too a little bit. And the thing that I want to hammer home to y'all, and I think that I learned through this whole experience, is it's a marathon, not a sprint, right? I'm slowly getting back into all the things that I used to do routinely, like consistently going to the gym, reading, meditating, all the good stuff. No, not playing video games as much, right? I'm slowly getting back into it. After I kind of had like a mental, I don't want to say talk with myself, I basically got my mind right. I don't really know how else to put it. I just spent a lot of time thinking and literally staring at nothing, just thinking about what am I going to do next, because right now this is not satisfactory and I'm not happy where I am in life right now. I thought as soon as as soon as I'm done being sick, as soon as I, feel better, as soon as I am in the right place mentally, I got to go like that. I got to get right back to it, right? I got to start going to the gym 4 or 5 times a week. I got to meditate every day, read every day, right? I got to check all these little things on my habit tracker. And when I didn't do all those things, or a certain set list of things, after being in a bad place, in a dark place, in a rut, right, basically, I would beat myself up for it. I'd be like, fuck, I messed up. And then I would start doing dumb shit over again, whatever. Like, I'll play video games or watch TV, and then tomorrow I'll do everything, right? But again, like I'm emphasizing to everybody watching this, it's a marathon and not a sprint. it's okay to not be as productive some days as other days, and it's okay to not do something one day and then the next day be, you know what I mean? Like, it's over the long term, right? If I always say this on my other videos, but I still truly believe it. If I spent 11 months of the year being productive, being on top of everything, being healthy, training my body, yada, 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 whatever, like, all the good stuff, meditating, all the good habits. I don't have to reiterate these habits to you. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you guys have seen them. The self-improvement community has grown a ton over the last few months, so you guys probably already heard all this stuff. But again, if I spend 11 months doing all these things, the 12th month, if I'm in a rut in the 12th month, it's not going to affect the overall outcome of things. And I wasn't there mentally. Like, it's easy to hear that and say, okay, but when you're in the moment, it's actually so much harder, because like you see 1 week go by, 2 week go by, 3 week go by where you're not really doing anything. But if you realize, oh, in the grand scheme of things, it's been a month. If I get right back to being the person I need to be in a week, I'm going to be good, right? Like, when I look back at my life, right, am I really going to remember the month of July of 2022, how bad it was for me, right? Not really. I'm going to probably remember the year as a whole, or maybe certain events in the year, but I'm not going to be like July 2022. Oh my God, it's like my 9/11, right? No, nobody's going to say that. But when you're in the moment, when you're in July 2022, you're going through it every day, every hour of the day, especially when you're in a place where, like, I'm sick or something, I can't do anything. I'm laying in my bed. All I have is my thoughts. And, like, I'm a person that needs to be, doing something to impact people. And when you're kind of just by yourself, it's hard, right? When you're in the moment, you guys got to remind yourself it's a marathon and not a sprint. Like today, you feel like shit. Maybe you had some bad for dinner last night. You were supposed to hit the gym. You can't. You just can't because you feel like shit. Calm down. Don't beat yourself up for it, and get back to it the next day. I'll be honest. I go to the gym probably 3 or 4 times a week, right? And train very hard. I eat very well. I make sure to track all my calories, my macros, all that stuff. But from the time I got sick, probably for the next month, I didn't go to the gym. I didn't really watch what I ate. I didn't track any of my calories, right? And you would think, oh my God, you just fell off. You fell off. Bez, you fell off. You stopped posting videos. You stopped doing all this stuff. You fell off. But look, I'm right back here. And I've been going to the gym consistently the last 2 to 3 weeks. I've been tracking my calories the last 1 to 2 weeks, right? My macros, all that stuff. And it's like, yeah, I'm not, if I stayed doing it throughout that month, I would have been in a much higher position than I am now. But, like, I don't want to say I regained everything I lost, but like I'm not too far from where I was before then, right? And like I said, a marathon, not a sprint, right? Stuff comes up in your life that you're going to have to deal with. And I think the thing for me was I just panicked, right? I just panicked. I just flipped. Oh my God, I can't go to the gym because I'm sick. I had to go to the doctor and stuff. So it wasn't like, a little like cold or nothing. Like I was sick for like 1 or 2 weeks. I had to get like prescriptions and, to help me out and things like that. It was not fun. But again, it wasn't anything life-threatening. But I panicked because like I just couldn't do the things that I normally do. My whole routine was thrown off. And I think that's a thing that people need to emphasize in the self-improvement space is like, yo, your routine is going to get thrown off by some shit, right? Whether you're famous, whether you're a normal person, whether you're poor, it doesn't really matter. Something's going to happen, right? God forbid it's a family death or a family emergency. God forbid it's something tragic or something, but something's going to throw you off, whether it's to you or your family or the people around you, financially, mentally, right? Physically, like something's going to throw you off. And the thing is, I wasn't fully equipped to deal with something that threw me off for that long of a time. I think the big thing that helped me was realizing something that I mentioned previously is, again, a month in the grand scheme of things, you won't look back on it and remember how bad it was, right? But again, in the moment, it's hard. It's hard. And I feel for everybody that's going through it right now. If you're in a tough time, if you're going through a lot of things right now, like maybe you went through a breakup, maybe someone in your family died, maybe you're sick, maybe you got injured or something, right? And you can't really do the things that you need to do or want to do 100%. And your mental is kind of just thrown off because of that. Just realize, focus on getting back to 100% health, right? That's the number one thing. And I don't just mean physically, because for me it was physically, and I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm not sick anymore, but I wasn't mentally there, right? Because I'd been out of it for 2 to 3 weeks. I've been out of my normal rhythm, my normal routine for 2 to 3 weeks, and I'm like, but I'm good physically. Why is it Like, why am I dealing with these issues of trying to lock back in? Why am I not as engaged as I was before? But mentally, you got to be there too, right? Like, yeah, I'm good physically now, but I spent the last 2 to 3 weeks not going to the gym, not eating poorly, but not watching what I'm eating, right? I've been pretty much watching TV, playing video games because I was bedridden for the first week. Pretty much, I literally couldn't do nothing. I couldn't go outside, so it's like, yeah, it was just hard for me, and it affected me for the next month as well, right? Because like the first month, okay, I chalk it up. I'm sick. I'm going through a lot. Like, I got to get back to me. But then the next month, the reason I wasn't ready to go back to posting or doing the things I normally do was I wasn't there mentally. Even though I was telling myself, oh, I'm good physically, I should be here mentally, right? I think you can compare it to like a long-term sports injury, although it's not quite the same thing. But, you know, when you're in like a locked in flow state, uploading videos every day or every other day, and I'm locked in on editing, I'm going to the gym, I'm doing all these things, and then something out of nowhere, boom, just kills all the momentum. You know, it's hard to pick it up and get back to it because like even if you get a little momentum, you'll remember like, oh, I had so much more momentum. Like, it kind of kills your vibe. But you just got to go through the motions in the process and build yourself back up. Again, like a sports injury. Athlete tears their ACL. They're out for the season. They were on pace. Derrick Henry on pace to have 2,000 rushing yards. Tears his ACL or Achilles or whatever. Hurts his knee. Right? Sucks. But, you're not going to play this season. But what you got to do is you got to keep building yourself back up over the next 8 months to get back next season and redeem yourself. And in a shorter term version, that's kind of like what you guys got to think about. If something happens to you, if you fall off your routine, if some shit comes up, man, hey, it's a marathon, not a sprint. No one's going to remember June 2023 or July 2022 where you had the worst month of your life. All luck was going poor. You were losing all your money. You were sick, right? No one's going to remember that. They're only going to remember you for what you end up doing in the end. Look, I don't know how many views this video is going to get. I don't know how many likes it's going to get, comments. I don't know, and nor do I care. The thing is, I put so much pressure on myself because I was building like my YouTube so well over the last 3 months before I got sick that I was like, I have to keep uploading. I have to keep uploading. And when something came up where I literally just couldn't upload, right? I beat myself up for it. Like, I blew it. I blew my chance. There's no way I'm like, that's not true, man. That's not true. Again, I don't know. I might get 2 views on here when I was getting like 100 to 1,000 views on every video, but I don't care, right? Also, my editor just ghosted me too, so that didn't help at all because I gave him like 3 videos. I have no idea where they're at now. So if y'all want to edit some of my videos or help me out grow my channel, please DM me on Instagram because I need a new editor and a thumbnail guy. Those guys ghosted me. I'm going to keep it real. I'm going to be transparent and honest with you guys. I'm not perfect. I'm just trying to be the best version of myself. I'm trying to be better every single day. I'm trying to make a purpose for myself. And again, a lot of people get on here and emphasize, why aren't you a millionaire, right? You guys see Sneeko. You guys see like how I'm so like, why aren't you a millionaire? Why are you broke? Why are you living in your mom's house? And the thing about that is like, look, people got circumstances. People still need time to figure out what they're doing. Like, people need to build themselves up. Like, you shouldn't feel any pressure to like get rich or whatever the self-improvement guys are making it seem like. It's getting to a point where it's kind of ridiculous. Like, you can be a successful person without being a millionaire, and odds are you watching this video are probably not going to be a millionaire. I'm probably not going to be a millionaire, and that's okay. I'm not asking to be that. I'm just trying to make it where I got a job that I enjoy doing and a good family, right? And I'm a good father, and I got good people around me, and I can go see different things in different places without, being scared or being insecure and being fully present mentally, right? That's really what it's all about. I guess what I'm really saying is I felt the pressure of the self-improvement. And I talk about how it could be dangerous. I've talked about it before, maybe not as much as I should, but it's like you're on self-improvement, you're on a streak, you break the streak, you feel like shit. You feel like you failed. When, again, it's a marathon and not a sprint. And the funny thing is I preach that all the time. I'm like, yeah, you guys can play video games on a Saturday or, watch TV one day or, not do anything or go to a party, right? That's kind of the community I want to cultivate on this channel where it's like we can disagree about things. It's like you have your opinion, I have my opinion, and you can live with that. Cool. If it works for you, cool. As long as it works for you, it makes you a better person. It pushes you closer towards your goals, right? Towards your ambitions, towards being, a contributing member of society, cool. I don't care. If you need to do this, if you need to play video games once a week to do that, go ahead. If you don't need to play video games at all to do that, then go ahead. It's fine. Different things work for different people. Don't listen to these people yelling at. I mean, sometimes it worked for some people, right? I'll say don't listen to the YouTubers like Hamza and all them yelling at you. You're a loser. You're a bitch if you do this, that. Like, maybe you need that. Maybe you do need that. Maybe you need that harsh talking and harsh punishment. Like, you ain't shit, blah, blah, blah. Maybe that motivates you. Some people, it makes them feel like more shit. And to be honest, I've been in both places. Like, some days I'm like, you know what? You're right, bro. I got to get up off my ass and get to the gym and get to the bag and the bread and whatever. And some days I'm like, damn, like, I did play video games yesterday and do nothing. Maybe I should just give up. You know what I mean? So I could see two different perspectives on the same situation. I'm rambling on, even though I said I would stop. I think that's it for today's video. Thank y'all so much for watching. Thank y'all to my subscribers that stuck with me and are still here, because I lost some. I think I was at 3K and now I'm under that. Let's try to get back up to it. If not, it's cool, bro. I'm going to be here posting videos, giving my thoughts and opinions. And even if this only relates to one person and one person watches it all the way through, you know, that's all that matters to me at this point. So yeah, I'm out. I don't even know what was I had an outro. I used to have an outro. It's like, wow.